So I watched my other two videos back, my other two book reviews, and I actually realized that I've just been talking a lot. That you guys could set for the link to the books, and I want you guys to actually be able to hold something from not just the links. I don't want you guys to just only get the links, but I want you to actually get a general idea or actually be able to solve some mysteries behind the books. So without further ado, let's go into today's video. And by the way, I'm trying out something new, so stay with me. Alright, this week's book, That Nerd, a Wattpad original written by Layla Khan, a South African writer. I was actually shocked when I heard that. I really didn't know she was from South Africa, but I believe she's going to be watching this video by now. So yeah, I'm going to be dissecting her book, That Nerd. I think it was one of her earliest books that she actually posted on Wattpad. If you want to read it, you can go to the link below, or you can just go straight to Google Play, download the Wattpad, or you can go to your Apple stores, download the Wattpad app, read it there. I actually prefer you download the Wattpad app because Wattpad is amazing. Not sponsored. Wattpad isn't sponsoring this video, but Wattpad is amazing. They are amazing. This book is amazing, and I want us to just actually just make it quick. So let's jump into character. First of all, we have the main character, Maya Denzel. Maya's life is pretty much an interesting one. You have a girl whose parents are not actually mostly around, and she's a nerd. The funny thing is, she's a nerd who doesn't like maths, and I don't think those exist, but Maya's in our universe. She deserves to do anything she wants. So Maya Denzel is a nerd who likes maths, and she actually is also the comic relief. She's the nerd main character, comic relief, and also a love interest. Much things to hold up on a character, and if you think that's easy, there are so many books they fuck it up. Yeah, there's a lot of books that they fuck it up, but this book actually carries it well. Layla Khan actually wrote this character, and it felt fluid. It felt natural. She felt natural. She felt like someone I could bump into on my way to Walmart. She felt like someone I would just bump into maybe on the bus station or in the train station. That's what Maya Denzel felt like. Not like a character that is far away, but something that is also part of my world, even if she's just a figment of the imagination. But she felt like she's present. But then we have Tyler Thompson, the bad boy of the school. And if you actually have a hunch, it's actually that generic plot of bad boy falls in love with nerd, the overused plot. And yes, Tyler Thompson is the bad boy. I actually I didn't have too much to actually think over Diana. Yes, he's the second love card. He's the second love interest, but I felt like there were some times that all that love interest is supposed to have something that pulls the audience towards them. For Dylan Thompson, apart from the fact that he's handsome, I just like his character didn't just have much. That's when you compare it to Maya. Maya's character had so much going for it. Like, you could actually read the book and remember Maya's name, but you won't actually remember Dylan's name. It's really that possible for you to go through this book and do that. So now we then jump into some of the other side characters. We have Sebastian, and funnily, this guy is actually incorporated into this book as the top person in the love triangle. So Sebastian likes Maya. It's actually very stated, and for his side character, they do well with Sebastian. You actually feel his emotion. You see what he's doing. You see his visions here, and you can even actually guess what he's going to do maybe at the end of the book. And I still want to tell you guys, if you are new on this page and you don't know how to get the book, I always link my book down below. And a day or 3 days before my videos, I always post my book on my social media handle. So go down to the link below, check the book out. My social medias are all down there, and then come back to this video. Also, please subscribe. You guys will miss the next video. You might miss the video before, and I'm planning on doing a giveaway by the month of October, so you guys should actually subscribe to know when that is coming out. So let's go back. Sebastian, for his side character, was done well. Like, he's done well. I could actually tell you that I will go through this book, remember Miles' name and Sebastian name, and with the next character, which is Ruby. Ruby, what made Ruby stand out for me? What makes Ruby stand out for me is the fact that she's giving her own love story in this love story. And it's very sad though, but if you actually read the book, you actually get my point. There are so many other characters that were there, but because of time, we'll have to skip that. Or go down to the link below, check the book out, comment below who your favorite character is. So, yeah, go down below, comment your favorite character. I want to talk about the plot. And it's a basic generic plot. That's the next thing, plot. So the basis is simple. Nerd does something wrong or actually gets involved with the school bad guy, and school bad guy decides to get involved with nerd. Along the way, you got a relationship. It's basically a overlaying plot. But like last week's video of what I said about the haters and lovers story, this also plot has also been done well by Layla Khan. Layla Khan has actually done a wonderful job with this other aspect of it, and you actually have to check this book out. For so much of the cliche in it, it has some of the good side, and because I just want to talk about the good side so much, let's jump into wins. Scenes in this book are actually more than the scenes, which means it's an amazing book. Number one, we have pop culture and our world reference, or in all cases, pop culture references. And if you think I'm over exaggerating, like the pop cultures don't matter, let me show you something. Now, I have a list of everything in the pop culture. So follow me here. We have Rango, Rapunzel, Romeo and Juliet. We have SpongeBob SquarePants, Beyonce, Superman, Titanic, Shrek. There's so many. I just realized that I actually listed almost everything, and these are just a few I could list. If you go through the book, you actually find that there are so many other pop culture references that I am not even aware of. I'm even forgot 5 seconds of summer is also even in there. So there are so many pop culture references. Another thing I love about this book is actually Layla Khan's quotes of the day. She always, after every single chapter, she puts a quote of the day for you guys, and most of them are outright hilarious. Some are actually inspiring, and some it leaves you thinking like, what the fuck? Yeah, and those are like one of the best part of the book, those quotes, because I always want to read the end of the chapter to find out what's the quote of the day, and she actually did a very good job with that. Another thing that I like about this book is Maya, and yes, it is possible for me to win character because, as I said before, Maya Denzel is a character that was done to a state of perfection in my eyes. She feels like this thing I can reach onto in the world, and that is very hard to do. You know, many times I read books and I feel like these characters I'm reading about are far away. Sorry. The characters I'm reading about, like, they are not part of my world. They are just another part of another world. They don't exist in my universe. And this is a very just like it cuts the person from the book sometimes. So the titles of each chapter carries its own title. Yeah, each character carries its own title. And the title of each character actually is always put up, like it's like watching a movie in each chapter, because the title always comes up. Either you look for it or you don't, it always pops up at the end. And I love the name of the chapter. So man, since I've gotten all the wins of this book, show you that you guys it's amazing. Let me jump into the scenes. But if you don't like the scenes, well, you can actually skip a few seconds ahead. There I'll just be talking about some other part of the book. Now let's talk about the scenes. My first thing, I'm going to put it straight out of the way, is Diamond Thompson. I'm just saying it again because I feel like we book writers, we novel writers, we actually do this thing. We actually focus on the character we are doing it on. If it's a two persons perspective, we actually just face on only one. It feels one perspective. It feels like it's from one perspective. We always do it. We make one love interest have this life that we dissect one of the love interest word, but we don't go into details on the second person's love. And don't get me wrong, Layla Khan did an amazing job with Layla Thompson, what she did, but I don't still feel as connected I am to Maya as to Denzel. But I think the whole scene here is actually that she did such an amazing job with the character of Maya that the character of Dylan that was supposed to be okay just became terrible. It became terrible. So that is actually what I feel happened with Diamond Thompson. The next thing I have about is just chapter 9, I think. Yeah, chapter 8. Chapter 8. In chapter 8, I don't know. The first few lines of girls insulting each other. I won't lie to you, for the first part of the chapter I was cringing. Like I was just like, whoa, Cece. It feels like it doesn't feel right. As in, it doesn't feel normal. I've never gone to a party and just seen two girls just going at each other with those kind of huge insults without somebody actually intervening at the point. But yeah, that's what happens in chapter 8, and nobody even throws a blow, which is more. But that is what I feel. That is what I feel. And those are all the scenes out of the way. Now let's jump into the cover. The cover, compared to many other entries we have had on this channel, the covers are actually not bad. This cover is okay. It's not terrible. I mean, I've seen worse. You may have seen worse, but that nerd cover actually entails so many information just and all, and that is enough for me. But I also like to say that Layla Khan, thanks for allowing me to do this book today. It's been an honor. You guys should go check her book out down below. And also when you are there, you can actually check her. She's known as the Pineapple Girl on Wattpad. That's her username. So check out her other books. She has an amazing line of book. I'll be reviewing another of her books next week because of this is just to show you how great her book is. I'll be reviewing another next week. So yeah, you guys should go check it below. Thanks for watching this video with me, guys. I hope you like it. If you like it, like it. If you want to talk, comment. And if you like to see other videos like this, subscribe down below. I'm here to serve, baby. So till next week, peace.